This is chapter number 11, the making of the national movement. The 1870s, it all started, and till 1947, what happened? We are taking this in this question answer. So these are certain pictures. These are supporting pictures, and we will get back to these pictures whenever it is required. MCQs, fill in the blanks, true and false, all types of questions which are possible we are going to take. And we'll revisit these pictures wherever it is required. The question number 1 is Marathi newspaper Kesari was edited by. So Marathi newspaper Kesari, the name of the paper was Kesari. Who was editing it? The answer is Lal Bal Pal, one of the key person, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So Lal Bal Pal was a trio, and they were basically of radical, say, revolutionists, because most of the people in Congress, they were moderates. Nivedan ki niti, okay, prayer of wanting. Now Bal Gangadhar Tilak was one of the key person. He was in the idea that we need to not ask, we have to just grab it. So this was the Kesari which was telling about, or which was actually criticizing about all the wrongdoings of the British rule, the British official, the British people. So he was the chief editor of this Kesari newspaper. Lala Lajpat Rai was a nationalist from. So he was a nationalist from, as I said just earlier, Lal Bal Pal. This trio was very famous. So Lala Lajpat Rai from Punjab. So Lala Lajpat Rai from Punjab, Bal Gangadhar Tilak from Maharashtra, and Bipin Chandra Pal, he was from Bengal. Which of the following movement is associated with C.R. Das, Chittaranjan Das? So C.R. Das, he was a famous lawyer, and he was associated with which one of these? The answer is Non-Cooperation Movement, NCM, Non-Cooperation Movement. So let me show you his picture. And he was a famous lawyer. That is why the picture I posted or placed with Motilal Nehru. They were famous lawyers. So these were together on almost many cases because they wanted to fight elections of the council so that they can affect the policies of the government. The founder of Khudai Khidmatgar. So Khudai Khidmatgar was an organization, and this organization was basically to help people. And this was started, or this was initiated by the great Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. But the option is not here. But as we know, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan was known as Badshah Khan. People would call him with love as Badshah Khan. So let me talk about him in a brief. He was a Pashtun leader. Today there is a province in Pakistan. So he comes from northwest frontier province. And when the partition happened, the division happened, and Congress accepted it. So he was quite against it and criticized it openly. And he was very close to Gandhiji, and he was also in favor of non-violence. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Who established Natal Congress? Natal Congress. So if you see here, the answer is Mahatma Gandhi. But this has nothing to do with India. This Natal Congress was formed in South Africa. Though Gandhiji was Indian, but he was practicing in South Africa. So everywhere you see in these pictures, I have shown Mahatma Gandhiji because he was Mahatma. He was the key person who was responsible for our independence. So in South Africa, there was racism. Racism means the white was against these browns and black, and they were treating them very badly. Or you can say not treating them well as human beings. So there was a quite difference between them. They used to live in different places. They were not given opportunities. So when Mahatma Gandhi was traveling, because he was a lawyer, good stretcher, so he was forced out of the train. So with multiple Indians, they started Natal Congress, and that is how they created or they started a kind of demonstration or an organization against this racism. Because after that, he became an international leader, known to everyone. Bengal was divided by the British in the year. This year is very important, 1905. And you have to know about all this because this Bengal partition was a big event. Now, if you see this picture, this is George Curzon, or in the book it is being said Lord Curzon. So under him, the Bengal was partitioned. So Bengal was partitioned for various reasons. So Lord Curzon, he said that why we have partitioned this Bengal, because it is very big, and since it is very big, we need for proper administration convenience some smaller part. So basically in Bengal it was all Bihar also. Bihar was in Bengal, and also there was a part of Odisha also. Bengalis are top. In cultural, in IQ, in technology, they are always good. So now they in the politics also they are good. So what British can do? They can divide and rule. That is how they divided. So what they did, they kept the West Bengal, and the East Bengal was mixed or merged with Assam. Rather than having a different two entities, West Bengal or East Bengal, they actually amalgamated or merged this East Bengal with Assam just to divide the different big leaders which were asking for different things, and finally the independence. This is how this Bengal partition was a well thought strategy of the Britishers to divide and to stop the oncoming revolution, you can say. Hindustan Socialist Republic Association HSRA was related with the nationalists. So HSRA, this was related with, let me show you a very young guy, and he is well respected in our country. He is Bhagat Singh, Sardar Bhagat Singh. Though he was a Sard means Sardar, but just because he wanted to do something for his country, he cut his hair, which is not even thought by the Punjabis, but the love for his the nation prompted him. So Bhagat Singh Sahab, and these people, Bhagat Singh, they were against the colonial rule. First thing. Second thing, they were against the rich who were actually dominating and exploiting the poor peasants and poor people. So this is how, because they were against, they started this HSRA, Hindustan Socialist Republic Association. Now what happened? HSRA, it was constituted in Delhi at Firoz Shah Kotla in 1928. What is the year? 1928. He was just 23. What happened? See, Lala Lajpat Rai was a leader of Punjab. Sardar Singh also from, Bhagat Singh from also Punjab. So there was a demonstration. So Lala Lajpat Rai was hit by a lathi, in a lathi charge. And because of this, Lala Lajpat Rai died. Lala Lajpat Rai died on a demonstration. So now Bhagat Singh and his partners, they took revenge, killing Saunders. This was a Saunders responsibility, that is why LLP was killed. Now B.K. Dutt and Bhagat Singh, they bombed it, or they say from flyers and bomb, they threw on Central Assembly. But the flyers were saying that this bomb is not for killing. This is just for the people to know, or the Britishers to know, or the rich people to know that they are not listening to our demand. They are not listening to Indians' demand. And finally what happened? Bhagat Singh and two of his friends, they are executed just at the tender age of 23, Bhagat Singh, he devoted his life to the country, and he was executed just because for giving us freedom. A lot of respect for him. The Vernacular Press Act was enacted in now 1878. So there is a series of events which happened. What was Vernacular Press Act? It was basically, see, if somebody says against you, what you will say, what you will do, you won't hit him. You just respectfully say him that this is what I wanted to speak and this is what is my logic, reason. But British rule, they were very damankari, very repressive. So now the Indians, when they started press, so they were, publishing the newspaper, the magazine and the flyers. This is what press does. Now British rule was doing what? That if any Indian or if any press is writing against the British rule, then this press will be confiscated and even they can go to the jail, these people. So this was an idea of curbing the freedom of expression, freedom of expressing people. So this was the Vernacular Act. Ilbert Bill was introduced in, the answer is 1883. What was Ilbert Bill? Now you need to understand, as I said, Vernacular Act, Ilbert Bill, they were the basic building block of various women. Now you see this person is a British judge. This is an Indian judge. So Indian judge, British judge. So what would happen before Ilbert Ill? The Indian criminal or any British criminal, anyone who has done wrong, the British judge can try and he can take decision against Indian and British criminals. But Indian judge can only take trial and decision against only Indians, not Britishers or not European. So Ilbert Bill was basically in favor of Indians. So it was saying that now Indian judge can also try Indian and British together. So British can also be tried by Indian. So that is how the British and European, they got angry. How can an Indian judge can try us? We are whites. We are supreme. All these things. So the Britishers were against this Ilbert Bill. So they were against it. And finally this Ilbert Bill was repealed. It was taken back. It didn't become an act. It was just a bill. So that is how the Indian got outraged. That these British judge, Indian judge, both are judges. They have studied the law. And why you are taking this Ilbert Bill just because the British doesn't want it? So Vernacular Act, Ilbert Act and the Arms Act. These were 3 acts, 2 acts and 1 bill. The Ilbert was not an act, it was a bill. This created all the movement, Nauroji was settled in London. So Nauroji is basically Dadabhai Nauroji we are talking about. Now let me show the picture of Dadabhai Nauroji. He was a key figure. Now let me show the picture closely. When the Congress was created, he was one of the key figure of that Congress. So he was the founder member, you can say. Now Dadabhai Nauroji, he wrote very critical about the Britishers. That is, because of Britishers, the Indians are poor. This is what he wrote. Now let me tell you about him. He was a businessman and publicist. Publicist means propagating the ideas through various means. It can be Vigyapan, it can be advertisement, it can be speeches, various things. So he was settled in London. And you will be amazed to know he was also the member of British Parliament for few span of time. So Dadabhai Nauroji, that is how he was a key person. Second World War ended in 1945. So from 1st September 1939 till 2nd September 1945, this war was there. Why it is called World War? Because the superpowers, or you can say various countries, they were on one side, the other were on other side. So this is how Britain was on one side and the Germans and other allies were on other side. The next one is the fight of Purna Swaraj was fought under the presidency of, and this was under Jawaharlal Nehru. He was the first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, and he was also the Indian National Congress president at that time. And he was the face because he was very strong lawyer. He was very good at speaking. He was very good in politics. So almost these Jawaharlal Nehru has created India what it is because all the machineries, big heavy, and this ISRO, DRDO, and all these. See, the big dams has come because of for Nehru only. That is how we need to respect him. These all big people, they have either gave their life or gave their life for India or made their life for India. That is, made the life of India by them. So let me show you the Second World War. This is the date. Okay, Jawaharlal Nehru I was talking about. Who was the one more thing I need to tell you? A very important thing is there. So when the Purna Swaraj was being said, it was actually in 1929. There was a Prastav Parit. So it was a discussion, and it was finally being passed under his presidency that 26 January 1930 will be observed as Independence Day. Independence Day. It was not Republic Day. Please remember, 26 January 1930, it was by Congress, Indian National Congress, that it will be this Swatantra Divas, Independence Day. Who was the first Indian Governor General of Free India? Now, Chakrabarti Rajagopalachari. This question is always asked. Rajagopalachari, you will see that it is a South Indian name, but C is for Chakrabarti. Now you see here, he is C. Rajagopalachari. He was the first Governor General of Free India, Independent India. Right? C. Rajagopalachari. First Indian Governor General. Now let us match the following. Knighthood. Knighthood is what? So first of all, it was given to, I'll show you the picture and you'll be able to recognize him. Who is he? He is Rabindranath Tagore. Then the Angrez or the Britishers started calling him Rabindranath Tagore. So he did some unprecedented work in culture for personal achievement, for the public. He did something really good. So now the government, that is the crown of Britishers, they honored him. So an honor granted by the British crown for exceptional personal achievement is knighthood. Knighthood is that upadhi, that thing given to, that honor given to Rabindranath Tagore. Picket is basically gherao, a kind of demonstration in which you don't allow people to come inside. For example, this is a liquor shop and the women are standing outside like this. So nobody can come inside. So this is picketing. So picketing we can match here. The protest of the people outside a building to prevent owners from entering it. So if you are standing, nobody can enter if you are demonstrating. Mahants. Now the big temples in India, they have Mahants. He is the he is called as the key pujari, priest. Now we are talking about Sikh Gurdwaras at that time. This Mahant is being referred here in that context. So the British rule or British officials, they would depute the Mahants on Sikh Gurdwara. So Akali movement, today we have Akali Dal also, the Akali movement started to remove these Mahants. Now next one is publicist. Publicist, as I just said, Dadabhai Naoroji was a publicist, so a person who publishes an idea by circulating information, writing reports and speaking at meetings. So it's a kind of idea which is being spread by various means. Provincial autonomy. So if you see, we have different states today. So in these states, we have autonomy, province. So these are states. So capacity of the province to make relatively independent decisions while remaining within the federation. For example, in Bengal, there is Mamta Didi. So the health and the police, this all is covered by or taken care by the state government. So So now they can take their own decision. A state can or is somewhat independent from the center. So in a federation, for example, all the states are under India. Sovereign, sovereign, like India. India is a country who is ruled by the Indians, because previously the Britishers were ruling India. So Samprabhu sovereign is the answer. So this is the final, actual matching. Okay, coming to true and false, people were satisfied with British rule in the 1870s and 1880s. So this is the point where actual dissatisfaction was there. The taxation was increased, and there are so many things. As I said, the various bills also were coming here. 1878. So Arms Act, Ilbert Bill came into being. It was finally being taken back, and the Vernacular Act was passed. And these were against the Indians, the freedom of the Indians, the right of the Indians. The Arms Act was passed in 1875. So this is false. The date I told you is the correct answer. A.O. Hume was a Chinese educationist. If I can show you his picture, he's not a Chinese. You see here. A.O. Hume, Alan Octavian Hume. So this is wrong. This is false. He was basically a retired British official, and you will be amazed to know he was the key person of Indian National Congress. He was the founder of this. He was the key person who collaborated, who joined all these 72 people, and that is how this Indian National Congress came into being. It was formulated. That is, in most of the book, A.O. Hume is the creator of Indian National Congress. Muslim League demanded independent states for Muslims in 1940. This is absolutely true. Muslim League, let me show you here. See, basically various Muslim landlords and big guns of Muslims, they started this. See, every caste, creed, religion has to have representation, and this is everywhere, all over the world. So, because Muslims were not having any representation in India, that is why the All India Muslim League was formulated or created in 1906. So there was a strong dissatisfaction among Muslims that we are not being taken care and will always be secondary. And just for the betterment of Muslims and see, I'll just show you here. Okay, this is the Muslim League was saying the northwestern part and the east part of India. This is Muslim majority. See, so we need some Nirvachan Kshetra or places. Because this is Muslim majority, we need a representative here, and this is logical also. And now this picture which you see is Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Qaid-e-Azam of Pakistan. He is well respected in Pakistan. Okay, so Muhammad Ali Jinnah, he actually was the key figure of Muslim League at this time. And then Lucknow Pact was there. I'll show you one more picture. This is Lucknow Pact picture. Muhammad Ali Jinnah is signing, and it was basically between Indian National Congress and Muslim League. And Muslim League was very powerful. It was near to this INC. So they were asking for independent state, and this was logical also at that time. The Congress in the first 20 years of its formation was moderate. This is true. This was moderate because they don't have any radical ideas. All the people who were the founding members, they were literate. They were mostly lawyers. So they were actually Nivedan ki niti they would apna. Means they were asking or requesting the British people, requesting British rule that please do this, please do this. But then Lal Bal Pal and the very radical came, and the things changed. In 1930, Gandhiji led a march to break the salt law. This is absolutely true. So Gandhiji actually he is involved in various movements. Kheda, Champaran, Ahmedabad, Dani March, Salt, National NCM, and Civil Disobedience. So this is starting from Sabarmati Ashram and 240 miles. One mile is 1.6 kilometer. So he walked for that long. And then he finally broke the law in front of everyone just to show the Britishers that if you enact certain law which is against Indians, we have no problem in breaking it, even if you put us behind the jail. Because for poor and for any rich, salt is required. It is the basic ingredient of Indian food or any food, and you are putting tax on it. That's unacceptable. The leaders of Khilafat agitation was Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, and this is absolutely true. Let me tell you that this Khilafat agitation was not related to India. It was global. How? You see this picture, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. Now this is the place I am talking about. This is an Ottoman Empire. The key center was Turkey, present day Turkey. Now the Khalifa or the leader of this Ottoman Empire was defeated by the European powers, and Britishers were also one of them. So now they put a very hard kind of treaty on him. All the places were taken. So all over the world, the Muslims were against it. They were against the decreased power of the Khalifa. So everywhere the Muslims were against it. So India also has Muslims. So they were also against it. So those people who started it were Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. They requested Gandhiji that we need to, with all these movements, we also have to start this Khilafat movement because this is against Britishers. So that is how Khilafat movement has started. Muhammad Ali, Shaukat Ali, you have to remember. Now let us come to the fill in the blanks. The Arms Act dashed Indians from having arms. This disallowed, and people were outraged about it. Why? Because there is wildlife, there is safety, and even the religious purposes. Indians, they keep arms. They keep arms at that time. And it was being disallowed by Britishers that you cannot have it. That is how, people got very dissatisfied with this. Gandhiji and his followers marched from Dash to Dandi. I showed you the picture. From Sabarmati till Dandi, 240 miles. He and his disciples, they walked just to break the sword law. Along with, there was Sarojini Naidu was also there, first women president of Indian National Congress. 16 August 1946 was announced as Dash by the Muslim League. It was Direct Action Day. The discussion between British cabinet mission and the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League, it was not going anywhere. There was some deadlock condition. So finally the Muslim League, it said, no, we just want Direct Action Day. We need representation for Muslim, which is quite logical. And then Calcutta, it started riot, and that it spread up to Uttar Pradesh, which is, and then all division happened, partition happened, it. Dash is popularly known as Rajaji. Who is Rajaji? C. Raja Gopalachari, not Ravish Kumar, okay? C. Raja Gopalachari. I showed you the picture also. He was the first Governor General of Free India. C. Raja Gopalachari, you see here. And there was an interim government in 1946. He was also in that, right? So we tried that we cover all the question and answer of this, or cover the whole of the chapter through this. So if you like it and if you want more, then you can just let me know.